Members of the media, we're now joined by, from the University of Michigan, Eli Brooks, Hunter Dickinson, and Terrance Williams II, along with Coach Juwan Howard. Coach, congratulations. Can we get a brief opening statement?
Thank you. Just want to say I want to take my hats off to Coach Rick Barnes and Tennessee. It was a well-played, very competitive game, as you guys witnessed. Quick turnaround. To try to prep for Tennessee, that's not easy. They have so much balance on the floor from shooting, length, rebounding, and also one of the best coaches in college basketball. Really appreciate how our staff, with a quick turnaround, all hands on deck, helping with the prep. I really admired how our players came out and competed from start to finish after being down at halftime. So collectively, it was a total team effort.
Once again, members of the media, we have 2 microphones in the back. State your name and affiliation. We'll start right up here.
Chris Pallas with Wolverine.com, On3.com. Hunter, Eli, can you just talk about the minutes that Terrance gave you down the stretch and how big that proved to be?
Yeah, I mean, in practice and in the huddles, we talk about him being a dog, being the toughest, nastiest out there. And those 2 rebounds, those putbacks were big to keep the momentum going. We know he can do it, and I'm just happy for him.
Hey man, this been my guy, since like day one, since I've been starting playing b-ball. I've seen him make, he's a primetime player, bro. I don't care, how many minutes he plays, no matter what, my man's gonna make winning plays when he's out there, and he just did that today. And I mean, we don't win without Terrance Williams today.
Next question right here, the white.
Juwan, post-game you were seen consoling Kennedy Chandler on Tennessee. What can you say about what you told him?
Well, Kennedy, obviously we know he's an elite player, and he's one of the best guards in the country. And getting the chance to know Kenny back when my youngest son, Jet, and Kennedy played together in AAU, and they won that, actually, the LeBron James tournament in Ohio. So we've had a relationship back then. And just watching his growth, I've always been impressed. We recruited him. Unfortunately, we wasn't that lucky. But to see, the output, the effort, the growth, and being able to produce like that on the floor, and how he led his team in a special way. So I just gave him some words of encouragement. It shows his emotion that he cares. And, as coaches, you appreciate that.
Next question over here, the gray sweater.
Michael Cohen with the Detroit Free Press. Eli, you've made a lot of runners, a lot of floaters in your career. Can you kind of walk us through the hook shot and how that possession unfolded?
I mean, I got a little deeper than I wanted to, and so I didn't have that great of an angle for the backboard. So the best option was just going straight at the basket.
Next question, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin Sweeney, Sports Illustrated. Hunter, I know Terrance and Jace were joking yesterday that you had been, saying that you guys should scrimmage the managers to get the loss out from.
Yeah, we did.
You did scrimmage the managers.
See, Hunt was giving me some buckets out there earlier today.
But can you kind of speak to how cognizant you guys were of that streak and what your message was as a leader of the team to your guys about it?
I mean, they put it up in our lockers before we left, before the Indiana game, about the recent trend. And so we were well aware of it, for a while now, and something that's definitely been wearing on us, but there's no better time to break the streak than now, I guess.
Next question, black sweater over on the right.
For any and all of the players, Bob Winowski, Detroit News. You're down 6, and turnovers have been an issue, and Tennessee's defense is doing what it does. What did you guys find there when you're down 6 with 8 minutes left in yourselves?
I feel like we just stayed connected during that time. Like you say, we turned the ball over, and, things were going our way. But, being the most connected team is what Coach Howard always talks about. And I feel like during that stretch, we were the most connected team, and we didn't go our separate ways, even though we were making mistakes.
Next question, Burgundy right here.
Andrew Kahn, I'm live for any or all of you. Even if forget the streak of not winning 2 in a row, I mean, to play your best basketball now over these last, few days, when the season is on the line. I guess, how do you explain that, how well you guys are playing after kind of a roller coaster year?
I don't think we're playing our best basketball right now, like to our potential. We still have a lot of mistakes that we have to clean up, turnovers, miscommunication. So that's the scary thing with this team. If we keep on staying connected, good things are going to happen down the line.
Next question in the front, the red.
It's Kyle with Sports Report Media. Hunter, question for you. What's it like to play with these guys? I mean, Michigan's just been so strong in so many sports this year, but what's it like for you to wear that M and just think, man, this is my team?
No, I mean, it means a lot. Like that's one of the reasons why I ended up choosing Michigan was, the pedigree and like the tradition of winning, comes to football, basketball, hockey, we got field hockey, it just seems like everybody's winning at Michigan. And there's a prestige that comes with wearing that block M that, I don't take lightly and something that, I wear proudly when I walk out here, with the Michigan across my chest.
Next question on the far side over here.
Austin Meek with The Athletic. Eli, you've put that uniform on so many times in your career. As time's running down there, are you thinking about getting the chance to wear that uniform one more time? And what does it mean to you to get here after the ups and downs you've had this year?
I mean, yeah, that's definitely in the back of my mind, but I'm just trying to live in the moment right now. Cherish the time that we have with the people that are in my life right now at Michigan, and just enjoy the process of going through this tournament again and having that chance of getting our last goal.
Go to the back corner over here.
Juwan, I do know you don't like to talk about personal feelings, but I did witness the embrace between you and a couple of your fellow famous Michigan alums, Chris Webber, Mark Hughes, at the end of the game. What did that mean to you? How important was it for you to share this moment with them?
Beautiful moment. It's a beautiful moment to be here and to witness guys that I've been in the trenches with, Chris Webber, Jalen Rose, Ray Jackson, and then to see my big brother, Mark Hughes, a guy that helped recruit me to come here to the University of Michigan. Mark told me back when I was in high school that my years at Michigan would be memorable moments that's going to help mold me to the man that if I continue to stay here and grow, that I'll have a lot of success and become a champion. To see them out here and supporting this team and taking time from their schedule, away from their families, it means a lot. I will never forget this day, and I appreciate all the support they have behind the scenes been in my corner from day one.
Stay in the back here.
Hunter, your stat line, 27 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. Could you just talk about how proud you are of your performance today and what it means to take this team to the Sweet 16?
Hey, man, just being able to play in the NCAA tournament is just, dreams come true for any basketball player. It's something that, we've been, every kid grows up watching the NCAA tournament, and, just being able to play good in it is, just an amazing experience. Obviously, being a big man, you can't really just get the ball without, your teammates. So obviously, I got to give a shout out to them because, they find me in great spots. The coaching staff puts me in great positions to score. They make it easy for me out there, and making it to the Sweet 16 is, as literal as it is sweet, because nobody believed in us. I mean, everybody thought we shouldn't even be in the tournament, and now people that were hating on us before the tournament are going home and about to watch us next week.
Front row.
Tom Crawford, Fox 47, Press Pass, Lansing. This for Eli or T. Will. The three ball, I think Tennessee hit 14 on Thursday, 2 of 18 from the perimeter. Talk about the emphasis on protecting the arc and how that turned into a W for you.
Yeah, that was mostly in the game plan, guarding the perimeter. They had shooters. The guard play for Scobie is definitely a big shooter, but, one of the game plans was to guard the three-point line. I feel like we did our job today in guarding that three-point line. As you just said, they went 2 for 18, and, they're a good shooting team, so I think we did our part.
Eli, you want to answer that too?
Yeah, I mean, just to piggyback off T. Will, that was like the main focus. I mean, don't run them off the line, stay down on shot fakes, and we did that. So that was like the biggest key of winning the game.
Over on the right here.
Al Giannakopoulos, Wood TV. Eli, you said that your team hasn't even reached its potential yet. What has to be done to reach that end there?
I think just making the simple plays. I think sometimes we get sped up. We play out of character. So just maturing in that aspect and trusting one another.
We've got time for one more over here.
A lot of kind of unusual things happened this season, from the COVID shutdown to having to play some games without your key players to the incident in Wisconsin. I guess behind the scenes, can you kind of describe what the emotions were like throughout this year? Were there any moments that were kind of dicey for this team? And if there weren't, what held you guys together?
There wasn't really any doubt that this team is special, and that starts with our coach believing in us, and just the group of guys that are in the locker room. We have a good group of guys that have the same drive, the same passion, and that's a credit to Juwan, the coaching staff, finding those guys out there that you like to be around. There wasn't a second that anybody strayed away, and bought into the system, and we're in the Sweet 16, so it's good. It's good to see.
Thank you, gentlemen. Good luck in the next round.
Well said.
Go blue.
Go blue. Great job. Great job, big fella. Great job, T.
Thank you.
I can head out?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
You're dismissed. Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. But we go. Sorry about it. I apologize. Right here in the front.
Chris Ballas, Wolverine.com. And Coach, can you just talk about the decision to go zone there when they were getting downhill on you and how that changed the game?
Well, it definitely helped keep Kennedy Chandler as well as Ziegler out of the paint. Like I mentioned earlier, they're very smart, crafty, fast guards that do a very good job of getting in the paint, making plays at the rim, and give the bigs also credit as well. They do a good job of sealing to keep our bigs on their back. But Musa, Hunter, there were moments when they tested the rim, made some winning plays, whether it was a block shot or altered some shots. But Kenny, he's tough, man. He's one of the best guards we've faced all year.
Front row right.
Hey, Coach. Kyle Babcock, Sports Report Media. Coach, you've been around the game a long time, seen a lot of things. What's special about this group of kids that have faced adversity, and here they are going to the Sweet 16, and what does that mean to you?
It starts at home with their parents. They've done an amazing job of raising some fine young men that trust, that believe in the leadership, whether it's myself and the other staff. There had never been a moment where one of our guys has been 1 foot in and 1 foot out. They bought into the culture and trusted the culture, and I've always gave credit to the parents of doing an amazing job of raising some fine young men. And yes, that's one of the things that when I identify in recruiting is character. Character is huge with me.
Over here on the left.
Zach Shaw, 24/7 Sports. Juwan, Jay said yesterday that Eli's provided a nice blueprint for how to, I guess, step up your game in March in the NCAA tournament. What have you seen from him this week on and off the court, obviously with it being his last NCAA tournament?
Well, I always said Xavier Simpson was one of the best leaders to ever put on a Michigan uniform, but I also have to give that 1A, 1B to Eli Brooks. Eli, he's everything when it comes to being a Michigan man. What he's done on the floor, what he's done off the floor, with his development, growing as a man, being able to adjust to different coaches, Coach Beeline and then now myself. We've been together for 3 years, and this young man earned the right to be a captain at the University of Michigan because the way how I've seen him, how his growth, and it's going to be tough to replace a guy like that. He's irreplaceable. If he ever won a job you ever want to join my coaching staff, if you ever want to get into coaching, yeah, I would truly hire him because he's such a smart player and knows how to play, and he has an infectious personality that people really enjoy being around.
Go with the gray right here, and then we'll go to the back row.
Juwan, you guys had Devontae from the start, but you didn't have him for too long. Can you kind of give us an update a little bit on how he is and big minutes for Frankie again? The scoring wasn't quite what it was the other day, but he finishes plus 13.
Well, I was told by my trainer at halftime that he couldn't go in the second half, and that's all I can tell you. And with that, health is everything with us. It was truly hurtful to see, that he couldn't come back in the second half because, this kid, he wanted to be a part of. Been living for this moment, first time being in an NCAA tournament. But what he did in the first half was pretty impressive too. Not having practices, but then come out there and give everything he could. But Frankie stepped up once again, and I recruited him. I know what he can do, and they're different guards, but they both add something totally different that I feel that puts a lot of pressure on our opponents.
Do we have time for one more quick?
Yeah, Josh Tobin, Michigan Daily. Hunter with 27 points tonight. Can you sort of speak to his performance and going into the matchup with Tennessee? Did you kind of feel like he'd be able to have his way offensively?
Well, Hunt, he's so humbled at that moment, talking to you guys, because I know that sometimes when you see him on the floor, you may think he's arrogant, but he plays with a lot of emotion. But one thing he didn't say is that Hunter works hard, man. He's behind the scenes. He puts in the work, and how I know because individually, him and I work together on player development before practice, sometimes after practice, on off days, when we're allowed to, as coaches, to work with our guys. And so when you put in the work, you're going to get good results. And it's no surprise to me how he's been able to produce so far 2 years here at University of Michigan. To come out and compete like the way he did today, I told him we were going to you on the inside. You're the backbone of our team, and be ready. I also asked him to be greedy. And what does that mean? Be aggressive. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Go Blue.